Hey everyone, it's Pup Luca and welcome back to the Paw'dcast. Now this week it's time for a catch up with my Queensland Sash sibling. Enjoy! And welcome to the Paw'dcast. Zeo, how are you?
Yeah, good. How about you?
Yeah, good. A little bit warm.
Oh, yeah, today's been shit.
It's been stuffy and I wore jeans like an idiot.
Oh, yeah, I board shorts, singlet, majority of the day.
Stunning. Oh, dear. Well, thank you for coming on.
I'm just glad to finally be on.
I know. Well,
I've
it's been a
waiting
while.
for so long.
We've been planning it, and then it's just kind of like waiting for both of us to be free at the same time is like a... Ooh.
Yeah, when have we both got time to
Yes.
sit down and actually have a chat? Because I don't think we've ever actually sat down and chatted one-on-one.
No, I don't think... Well, we're not kind of one. We've got a little audience today. Bucky's
Well, yeah.
in the corner. Well, he's actually in the middle of a rug on the floor.
Yeah,
Where he belongs. No.
like a good dog. Unfortunately, I can't say the other word.
Yeah, I'll have to bring the bleep back for the first time on an episode that Carty is not in.
I know. I love you, baby.
No, I thought we'd just have a bit of a chat today, catch up, chat about your title year and experiences. Yeah.
Why not?
Bit of fun. First one is, what was it like? Because some people might not know, you competed for Queensland Handler 2022 as well.
Yes, I did.
So what was it like competing in that comp and then again in 23?
Well, the idea behind doing that one was me and Bucky had just gotten into a relationship and I was trying to be as supportive as possible. So I was like, you know what? I will enter it with you because I know how nervous you are and I want to show you that I support you. I mean, you can't say I don't know what it's like because I'm going through it with you at the same time.
Yeah.
We're both experiencing it together. So it was interesting. Didn't have much intention to win.
Sorry.
Oh.
I got my phone for notes. I was like just leading it and it just dropped. I think it scared all of us.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so it was more to support him and be there with him through it all. I did get a little competitive towards probably the end of the comp and really wanted to beat Scott. But you know what? He won. Great for him. He kind of set me up to win the next year, so...
Yeah, because that's the thing. If you didn't win it one year, but that didn't kind of deter you from competing again, because I know some people feel very down after not winning because you put a lot of emotion and show yourself in the comp.
Like, I didn't get much in the range of comp drop. I had low energy, but I mean, a few of these bad boys. And
yeah, you've always got your can of
Monster, Pipeline Punch, my favourite.
Not sponsored, but if Monster want to sponsor Zeo, please do.
Oh, yes, please. I will buy it by the carton if I have to.
And we're doing the one thing of... you've done what the rest of us do, is just lifting something up and going, one of these, forgetting that this is audio only and people can't see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Need a camera just perched in a corner somewhere.
We will have a camera on a future episode.
That'll be fun.
When we finally get the studio area set up properly.
Hopefully I've lost one or two of the chins that I have.
We'll just leave Bucky at home next time. No, sorry. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. No, that's the thing is like competing with Bucky as well. It's like I've actually built that friendship with him now that we just kind of take the piss out of each other and it's great.
I do it to him 24/7 at home. Got to keep each other grounded.
So would you say there was any like major differences between 22 and 23? Well, firstly, you weren't competing against anyone in 23.
Yes.
Did you feel that was actually more pressure?
I felt a little more pressure because I knew everyone was going to have their eyes on me. So I wanted to make sure like my talent round was spot on, that I had everything prepared and ready and that I knew roughly what I was going to do before I did it.
Yeah.
A lot of it was last minute decisions, as you do, but there was definitely, it felt a lot easier but harder at the same time because, I knew because it was just me, and the other competitor had to drop last minute. It was keep the show going, right? Basically.
Yeah. Because I think some people don't realize as well with these comps is just because you don't have competition doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win.
No. I still had the points criteria to meet.
Yeah, and it's the same with QPHC, APHC. I'm pretty sure it's the same like in the leather titles and everything, is you still have to meet a minimum amount of points to get the title.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we said, just because you didn't have a competitor doesn't mean it's any less stressful.
Yeah, I mean, it was great knowing that after I had passed interviews and made it to stage rounds, I was like, yep, everything's going to be a breeze from here on.
Yeah, because I know in the Queensland Con, once you've made it past interviews, that's generally... You've either generally met the minimum or you're almost there and you only need a few points.
Miss out because if you remember, Scott actually had to get me back into
you
sit in
did,
front
that's
of the judges.
right. Because interviews for our year, we did it at Sporties upstairs in the boardroom.
Yes, we did.
And Handlers always goes first. So you went and did yours.
Yeah.
And then I think I went and then Bucky went.
Yeah.
Because the order got drawn randomly.
Yeah. I mean, there's no real order there for me.
No, it was literally just you had to go first. That's always the rule.
It was no choice.
And then you came down and you can't talk about what was mentioned once you come down.
You can't say a word.
And it's like, we kind of just went, how was it? And you went, yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were quite neutral emotion-wise. You weren't like really down or really hyped up.
I'm good at doing that.
And then I went and did mine afterwards. I was like, no, that was good. I feel good. Like I talked about everything I wanted.
I think knowing majority of the judging panel previously kind of helped.
Yeah, I definitely find it if you're going into a comp and you know even just at least one judge on that panel, it helps relax you because you can just focus on your friend there because they're not biased in the slightest. If anything, I'd feel like technically I'd feel more pressure being judged by someone I know because they expect a certain standard from me. Which I did going into that one. Who were our judges? We only had 4 judges.
Yeah.
We had Jackson Stewart. I'd only met Jax a few times.
Yeah.
At that point. So Jax, Stewart, Bexy, and Whisper.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'd known Bexy a little bit from the Leather Week.
I had interacted with all of them somewhat. Jax not so much, but I interacted with him more, I think, during APHC when Queensland hosted it.
Yeah, the year that Jax got Australian
when
Pup.
he won.
I met him there.
Yeah.
And I actually made friends with the Western Australia pups quite a lot, so I was hanging out with them a lot, and we interacted a lot over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I think I built up a bit of a rapport with Jax then, which was nice.
Bexy, absolutely adore her.
Oh, beautiful person.
Oh, God, yes. Love her to pieces. Whisper, I had interacted a few times, I think, the previous year.
I've never met them.
Yes, chaotic. Gotta love it.
No, since the comp, I've made really good friends with Whisper.
Oh, yeah.
And we talk.
Same with me.
So much crap.
Same
It's
with
great.
Bucky.
You did the thing. We went off on a tangent.
Oh,
Shit.
yeah. Gotta love a good tangent.
It happened. Cool. Let's rate it back and try and get some more points across before we do like what we did with Carter and Billy, and we end up going, shit, we need 2 parts.
We need a part 2.
What was your title year like?
It was interesting. Got to do a lot of things I honestly never thought I would do.
Yep.
Going to Western Australia, I had never flown before.
You've never flown? Like, that was your flight to Perth?
That was my first ever time on a plane.
Sorry, I sound so up myself saying that. That was really bad. In fairness, I moved from the UK to Australia, so I've been on a plane a little.
Yeah, no, I had never been on a plane before, so that was a completely new experience for me. Never had been been anywhere outside of Queensland since before early teens.
Yeah.
Because, like, I had lived up and down East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, Queensland's bigger than most countries, so it's easy enough just to travel around Queensland.
Sydney, Victoria, Canberra, back to Sydney. Then my teens, mid-teens onwards was here in Queensland. So I had never actually left the state.
Wow.
So doing APHC in Perth was absolutely amazing Sydney Mardi Gras this year.
That was fun.
Absolutely.
And we both marched with Fetish Australia.
Yes, we did.
That was fun.
I got to ride on the truck.
You did.
Yes.
I somehow got roped into being the front of the flag.
Glad it was you.
You
and
gave
not
me a heads up. You told me about the giant flag.
Yeah.
And I never really pictured how massive it actually was. And then Star was like, can you guys help us? Like, do you want to help us hold the flag? We need a couple more people. So myself, Bailey, and Chet jumped on and went, yeah, that's fine. Expecting to be like up the side somewhere across the back. And I somehow got given the front corner right behind the truck. And I was like, okay, sure, this is a vibe, let's do this. And I could just, like, my vision was, like, the truck right in front of us. So, like, Ben was bouncing around on the back, and he was in, like, rubber with a rubber skirt on. It was the campest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then I could see you guys just behind, so that was kind of, like, my focal point of, like, waving at the crowd a bit, then looking up there to make sure I was guiding everyone in the right way. No. And at the right pace as well. We didn't want the truck to get too far behind, because then the marshals are like, guys, you need to speed up.
Yeah, you need to move it. But no, it was great being on the truck. The amount of people that flirted with me from the crowd, was not expecting that.
I had some interesting looks from what I assume as straight women. Because I had
Straight
my hood
women,
on.
possibly straight men. Like,
I'm trying to remember what I was wearing. Oh, I had a pink mesh t-shirt on, and then I had some pants with a non-binary flag skirt.
I think I had my vest on for a bit of it. And then I took it off.
I think you did, yeah. Because I had my Australian vest on for it.
No, yeah, I had just my vest on and sash.
Yes.
Yeah. But, nah, that was just the most amazing experience ever.
Yeah.
Hopefully more to come.
Hopefully. So you definitely did quite a lot during your time. You went to a lot of events and were very visible, especially within QPAR itself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you missed one event.
No.
You went to every.
I went to everyone.
I think the two of us went to everything. We were like, yeah, we're going.
Even if I felt like shit, I still went.
Yeah, I think there was one event I wasn't feeling great, and I just went for the first hour and a half, and then I was like, I need to go home.
I always end up staying till the end.
If I
do
really
feel crook, I'm just like, nah, got to stick it out. Got to do what I got to do. Given this title for a reason, got to use it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of titles and communities, you've actually served on 2 different committees.
Yes.
So what was that like?
Oh, Bootco. It was fun. They were the first people that kind of introduced me to the kink scene. So they helped me build a lot of my self-confidence up.
Yep.
So attending a lot of their events, particularly at 29, when they were holding events there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I started out at Aquarium. Just being
as your first event?
Yeah, my first Bootco event was Aquarium at 29. I think it was the last year that 29 held Aquarium. And I was there for it. I was at the door most of the night, telling people to kind of get away from the cars and not urinate against the wall.
Yes. It's like, go inside, use the bathrooms or whatever corner they're allowed to do that in.
Yeah, you scared quite a bit of people that tried to do that. I'm sure Bruce was quite happy with me doing that for him. Because he
But that's the thing, it's stern enough that people listen to you, but not stern enough that people are offended.
Yes.
Yeah, it's finding that middle ground.
Oh, yeah. So, first ever event, Corium. Did that. I think Simon was the one who roped me into that. Because he was doing the volunteers and that for Bootco at the time.
Yep.
And then from there, it was just, I need to get out more. We were starting to come out of COVID and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, sure, why not? I'll come and volunteer, do some time on the door or at code check. And from there, it kind of spiraled out of control. I built up my confidence enough I built up my confidence enough where I started talking to Bucky and met him and we got together and then he introduced me to QPAR and...
So it's your fault, Bucky?
Yeah. It's his fault. He introduced me to QPAR and yeah... That just spiraled out of hand, and here I am now.
Yeah. Wow. So it's like, there is quite a big difference between the two committees as well.
Oh, yeah.
Bootco being a men's or male presenting club.
Yeah.
And QPAR being an all-inclusive pet play club, but it's open to everyone, not just pets.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. So was it like, were there any... Obviously, as well, being on committees is we're there to support our specific communities, but you can't discuss private information and everything. So it's kind of like, you would know some things in certain committee meetings and stuff you weren't allowed to talk about, and it's like, you've just got to keep quiet.
Yeah, it was hard keeping my mouth shut, especially when there was going to be overlap.
That's right, because some events will... You can never avoid crossover events, especially when... Like, even the scene in Brisbane is quite big, but it's also quite small at the same time. So there's only so many weekends and so many times you can have events on.
Yeah, so like Hoods and Harnesses being one of the main ones.
Yeah. Like,
whenever they'd organise that or whenever they'd need kind of people to do coat check or a group to do coat check, it was, hey, can you sort this out? And I'm like, yep, sure, why not?
Yeah. So going through the comp as well is again, the first year you competed, you did it with Bucky, you both competed together. What was it like for this year's comp in 2024 where Bucky competed, but you'd already been titled the year before?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking. The hardest part was knowing what I was about to do. And watching
that big secret that we all knew.
The big secret that
didn't.
Everyone knew for 6+ months. And
I feel like myself and Bailey were like one of the first people you told. You were like, you need to help me hide the ring.
Yeah.
And that's, I was like, huh?
Yeah, and it was like, I left it till very... Well, I wouldn't say last minute, but we were a few weeks out from comp before I actually ordered the ring.
Yeah, I think it was about a couple of weeks before I think it was a Quiz Sister SmackDown night that you actually gave it to Bailey.
Yeah, it was.
Because he was up the back with me on the merch store and we had like a bucket under the counter.
It was also a Quiz Sister SmackDown event that I actually ordered the ring.
Sneakily without Bucky seeing.
Oh, yeah, that was the hardest part. No, the hardest part was actually measuring his finger up for the ring without him knowing.
Yeah, how did you manage that?
A ring that I bought him for Christmas.
See, that's clever.
Yeah, he had it off
like,
one
did you
night
just like...
and he was still asleep. So I was like, you know what? While he's asleep,
I'm just going to measure this
grab the ring. I had the app ready to go on my phone.
Wait, was it on his finger?
No, it was,
okay. I was like,
somewhere
was
in
he
the lounge
asleep?
room at the time.
You just went up to him and was like, does this rag smell like chloroform? And then he's passed out and you just measure his finger?
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I had an app ready to go on my phone, measured him up, and I was just like, yep, we're good to go. Order the ring. It came.
The ring's for his finger, if anyone's imagining otherwise.
Yes. One particular finger.
Not those ones.
Wedding bells here. But yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. I was just very anxious all over the place, trying to keep my mouth shut and not spoil it because I had kept this secret for so long.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's going to happen. It's like, especially on that Saturday.
There's a lot of emotions on it as well because we had to do our step-down speeches.
Yes.
Which you technically have to do a step-down speech, but that's when you were planning on doing the proposal. But you also had to be there to support
him.
Bucky competing.
Yes.
So it's like being there as an emotional sport person, but also being there to help out with QPAR when you were needed as the current title holder.
Like also doing dynamic round with him because like even though I told him it's like you should get someone else to do dynamic round with you this year, but we couldn't find anyone to help last minute. So
that's the hardest thing with like dynamic and fantasy rounds and that kind of thing is finding someone that you've got that trust with first is the most important. Like you can't just go into that someone that you a casual friend with and just go for it because it's not going to work.
No,
if you don't have
that connection,
that trust and that connection, there's no point really.
No. So did dynamic, and then like during step down, proposed. Yay! He said yes.
You made the whole room fucking cry, you bastard.
Oh, I know. It was amazing seeing Jack's ball.
I was at the side of the stage fucking crying.
Oh, it was just
No,
amazing.
I even asked production. I was like, look, I know handlers always go first and everything, but because the producers know it was coming too.
They knew.
I don't know if both hosts knew. I don't know if Havana and Auxity knew.
I don't think they knew. Havana may have, but she was probably too intoxicated to remember.
She wasn't too bad that day.
No, not that
But she was
day.
probably living a high of the moment of going like, this is fun.
Yeah.
But no, it was like, I discussed with him, I was like, no, look, I know handlers are meant to go first, but considering what's about to happen, can I do my step down first so I don't have to follow it? And they said no.
Where you had your little mini...
I did. So I went typical me being, I was like, right, let's be stupid and chaotic. So you've just proposed to Bucky. The whole room's like erupted in cheer and tears. I think we,
not a dry seat in the house.
The venue probably ran out of napkins for people's eyes, and that was just Jack's.
That was. And I had prepared him as much as possible. I'm like, I know what you'll like.
Get some tissues
ready. Make sure
ready.
you have your tissues ready.
Yeah, so you did that, and then I had to follow you with mine. So I got up on stage, and I'd given Auxity a heads up. I was like, by the way, after Zeo's speech, can you just stand really close to the side of the stage? Just I want to use you as almost like a prop in my step down, if that's okay with you. And they were like, yeah, stunning.
Yeah, why not? Go for it. Hey, at least I know no one's going to beat that for years to come. And
I tried, but I knew I wouldn't. So I was like,
history.
let's have fun. And then I just get down on one knee, and I'm like, bitch, will you keep wearing orange? Which got a nice little laugh for the crowd, because I was like, look, I need to do something to make everyone laugh. We've all just like been really emotional and in the best way. And then I was like, and now time for my step down. And I took a step off the stage.
That part was great.
I was like, I had to be stupid twice.
I was hysteric.
And then
when
back into the regular kind of, this is what I've done with the Queensland title. But it was weird stepping down, but not.
Yeah. Because you've still got the Australian title.
I do, for a few more weeks.
A few more months.
I think 7 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to come up quick.
Yeah.
Which is in Sydney this year. Don't forget to check out aphc.net.au for info on tickets and the events there. They've just gone live this week. Applications have just opened.
Applications are open. I don't think the tickets have gone live yet.
Tickets
announced where
will probably be going up soon. So just keep an eye on the
days.
APHC socials and website, and that will have all the info.
Yes. Exciting. Going to be driving to that.
Yeah, we're doing a little road trip down.
Yeah, I think we're going to be meeting you at Coffs Harbour on the Thursday morning.
Yeah, we're going to leave like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
we're gonna leave Brisbane
by the time
2 a.m.
you probably get to Coffs Harbour, we
found a really nice...
Just been there for a bit.
When we drove down from Mardi Gras, really nice little bakery there. Really good food.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of like fancy little cafes.
Yeah.
And
I think we just had Macca's.
I think Bailey had a coffee there, or Chet did. And I sipped it and I was like, I don't like this coffee.
Yeah.
So I went to one across the road, but I didn't like the look of their food.
Yeah.
Like it was a bit too fancy.
Yeah.
And expensive. And then there's this little like rundown looking bakery, and I was like, I'm going there. And I'm so glad I did.
I was just like,
so
I need
good.
something in my stomach to keep me going while I do this drive.
Yeah. I think there's a few of us doing a little road trip down. So that'll be fun.
So we're going to try and sync things up until a certain point, because then me and Bucky will have to veer off and kind of stop somewhere near Newcastle to pick up a friend. And then he's going to drive the rest of the way into Sydney.
Yep.
But luckily our hotel apparently just across from where they're having everything. So
yeah, same.
So
we're like less than a 10-minute walk from where the events are, which is nice.
I'll actually be able to drink for
Same.
once. Oh, don't give me that look, Bucky.
Or do. Maybe he likes it.
Well, he's never actually seen me drink. Because I don't
No,
usually
I don't
drink.
think I've ever seen you have alcohol
No one
either.
has. No one has seen me drink.
No, I don't. You didn't even have like the welcome champagne at Leather Week last year at dinner.
No, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have seen you have a drink.
Yeah, the champagne was gross, though.
Oh, yeah.
It was cheap.
Yeah. But it's free.
I've got expensive taste.
I don't like wine, so I was like, I'm drinking this, but I don't like it.
Moscatos are my poison of choice.
Just,
And Midori.
Oh, you are a white girl, aren't you?
Oh, I'm a massive white girl. Anything sweet. Anything
Not the Moscato
sickly,
and Midori.
anything sickly sweet. It just goes down so easy.
Hence the monster.
Yeah, hence the pipeline. It could be taken so many ways.
Yep. His pipeline is taken in so many ways. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but we are in an open relationship, and it will be an open marriage just for...
It's free advertising now. Look at you go.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we had a camera because Bucky has gone bright red. Oh, it's so good.
It's good to see him laugh.
Oh, dear. I think one last question for you.
Yeah, why
not? What do you have planned now that your title is over?
Oh.
What's on the cards for you?
Well, I have submitted my form. It has been filled out. It's been sent off.
How vague.
Against my will.
The mystery form.
Yes.
Ooh.
I plan on entering APHC this year.
Camp.
So I'm excited about that. Realize that for the last several months I have been overthinking everything and need to simplify
we all
it.
do. I actually impulsively entered last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
I actually sent my application in during the leather markets last year for Brisbane Leather Week because I was chatting to some people and someone was like, I can't remember who told me now, but someone was like, I don't think any Queenslanders have entered because I wasn't planning on entering till this year.
Yeah.
Originally. And then I was like, oh, but Queensland's had such a good rep at all the other comps and we've travelled a lot. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to
just do it.
Yeah. I was like, I know it's in Perth,
and it turned out we
fun.
were all ended up in the same hotel as well.
Oh, we did. That was funny.
That was great.
Watch it happen again this year. I can't remember where we're staying. I'm not going to advertise it on here.
Yeah,
we will check notes later.
See, someone else booked my accommodation for us. So I was just like, sort all that
I think
out?
Scout booked ours because he got a special deal for that.
As long as it's got a king-size bed and a buffet breakfast, I am happy.
And a little puff couch for Bucky.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's a little puffy too. It was the limp paw just then. The curl of the paw.
Yeah, so APHC is on the books this year.
Yep.
Hopefully bring the title home to Queensland because I don't think we've ever had an Australian handler in Queensland. Have we?
Yeah.
Who?
David.
Which one's David?
He won the same year as Leaf.
I don't think I know them.
International handler, previous as well.
I'm going to have to look.
You might have met them
faces.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, same year. So we had two Queenslanders win.
Okay. I'm better
He's
with
not
faces
in Queensland anymore, though.
I'm better with faces than I am names. So saying a name is...
Yeah.
Show me a photo of their face. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I know that person. Why not? But yeah.
It's been a while since the handler title has been in Queensland, though.
Yeah. So hopefully can bring it to Queensland for 2024.
I want a Queenslander to win Pup just so we continue the pattern.
Yeah.
Because I was the 5th Pup. So it went Queensland, WA, Queensland. So we need another Queensland. Then next year WA can win just to keep the pattern going.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Gotta love a good pattern.
Oh, it's just a fun coincidence. No, there's so many pups around the country that I really want to see compete because they're such beautiful people and I can see them put their communities first in their own states as well. And I'm like, at the end of the day, a pattern's just bullshit. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
I just want to see some really entertaining...
Just see some good representation from each of the states, hopefully.
I'd love to have at least one from each par. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Or one from each state, because you don't have to be in a par to compete.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great to see what the pups bring.
I'd love to, like a Sydney, someone from Victoria. South Australia's got some great pups.
I think Sydney's probably going to have the most representation for pups this year, considering
there's always a few more when it's in your home state. Like there was two WA last year.
Yeah.
Yes. And there was like 3 Queensland the year before.
Yeah.
There's always quite a few when it's in the home state.
Yeah, when it's in home state. But yeah, let's hope I actually have competition this time around.
Well, I would give you the advice that I give everyone else is trust your gut.
Yeah.
Don't second guess yourself. There's a reason you wanted to do, like if you come up with an idea, there's a reason you wanted to do that idea in the first place. Just do it.
Yeah. That's why I plan on simplifying what I plan on doing on stage.
But we'll keep it all a mystery.
Oh, yes.
So if you want to see what Zeo does...
I believe they probably will end up live streaming
it. So keep an eye on the APAC socials for live stream links if you can't make it to Sydney. If not, keep an eye on the socials like we said before.
Cheer for me from
I think they've launched the events. There's like a page with all the events on, so you can see what they are, so you can see what you can get to.
Yeah.
Ticket pricing, and tickets, I think, go live this week.
Yeah, I would say this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Who knows?
But yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. Where can we find you on the socials if people want to check you out?
Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
Handler Zeo on both. I'm not sure how they're spelled or done.
I think you're Handler.Zeo.
Handler.Zeo on Instagram.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I think you can just search up Handler Zeo and that should bring me up.
Yep.
Because I believe the photo for that's one of the ones we had taken when we did...
yes, it is. Yep. Bucky's just got his phone.
Queensland Handler 2023.
Stunning.
There is a Twitter, but you got to work for that one.
Ooh.
Not that there's much content on it.
You heard it here. He's having a drink, so buy him a drink maybe, and you might find out.
Oh, buy me 10 and my pants drop instantly.
Just buy you a 6-pack of fucking Monster, you'll be there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just dangle one off a string in front of me.
A Monster or... Oh, we'll leave that for Twitter. But on that note, we're going to end the episode in the usual way by my guest doing the Luca honk. Did someone forget about that?
Yeah.
LOL! I don't think I've ever heard you attempt it.
I'm not even game to
Even
practice.
Crystal did it. So, yeah, don't practice. Just go with it. Try and make it... You might surprise yourself and actually do it. Which would be really camp. So, yeah, I'll do the sign-off and then I'll cue you for the honk.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you again soon. But just remember, be kind, be camp, be kinky, and always... really quiet.
Yeah, my voice is still recovering, but I can do this.
And on that note, bye.
Bye.